How are you doing? I almost fall. Today I want to talk to you about something that sounds simple, but it can change a lot. Make room for the new. Yes. Sometimes you keep saying, I want something different. A different routine, a different environment, a different opportunity. More peace, more time, more creativity, more freedom. But at the same time, your life is already packed. Your schedule is packed. Your closet is packed. Your mind is packed. Your phone is packed. Your energy is being pulled in 10 directions. Yes, admit it. And then you wonder, where is the new supposed to fit? Sometimes before the new enters your life, you have to create room for it. And that does not always mean, thank you, throwing everything away. You just have to ask yourself, do I still need this? Does this still fit my life? Does this still deserve my time? Does this still belong where I'm going? And the question can apply to almost everything. Clothes, habits, routines, commitments, all ideas about yourself, projects you say you're going to finish, but you don't care about that anymore, about it. Your attention. Sometimes you're holding on to something only because you have had it for a long time. You get used to people. Yes, you do. Toxic people. And that alone means they don't belong in your life. Maybe it was beautiful once. Maybe you loved it once. Maybe it helped you through another season. Maybe it made sense with the older version of your life. You can appreciate it and still say, I don't need this anymore. That is not disrespect. That is growth. And sometimes making room for the new feels strange, because when you remove something, there is an empty space. And most people want to fill that space immediately. But maybe you don't need to. Maybe you can leave a little room. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself realize what belongs there next. You do not have to replace every old thing the second you release it. Sometimes the space is useful. It gives you room to think, room to notice, room to create, room to make a better decision. And maybe today, making room is something very practical. That's what I'm doing. Maybe you clean one drawer. Maybe you give away clothes. You're not going to wear them. Maybe you clear your desk. Maybe you delete things from your phone. Maybe you cancel something you don't even enjoy anymore. Yeah. Maybe you stop saying yes to something that keeps taking your time, your energy, drowning you. You're the one who keeps saying yes. Sometimes making room has nothing to do, with your old habits. Just, you need to cut it off. Stop holding on to things that only make you frustrated. Stop giving an old problem new energy every morning. That creates space too. And I want you to think about this. If something new came into your life today, come on now, will you actually have room for it? A new opportunity, new idea, new friendship, a new project, a new habit, a new way of living. Would you have time for it? Would you even have the energy for it? Would you even notice it? If you're so busy holding onto everything from before, you're living in the past, that there is no space left. And I'm not saying that you need to change everything. No, you don't. Start small. Look at one part of your life, and ask yourself, what feels crowded? What feels outdated? What feels like I'm keeping it? Just because I'm used to it. Do you really need it? And then ask, what would happen if I make a little room here? Maybe nothing dramatic, and that's okay. Sometimes making room is the first step. You just clear the space. And before you know exactly what's gonna fit. Just fill it in. And it requires trust. Trust that releasing something does not mean you will be left with nothing. No. Trust that. Trust that you're allowed to change. Trust that something different can fit your life now. Yes. Trust that you do not have to carry every version of yourself forever. You can keep the lesson, yes. Thank you for the lessons, without keeping the weight. You can keep the memory without keeping the object. You can keep the gratitude without keeping the obligation. You can appreciate what was and still make room for what is next. So today, I want you to choose one thing. One little thing. Not your whole life. One space. One habit. One commitment. One thought. One little thing that you are ready to release, reduce, or reorganize. Make a little room. Get rid of stuff that you don't need. Donate. Sometimes the things you're asking for, they don't need more wishing. It needs space. You just need space in your schedule, in your home, in your mind. Space in your life. So ask yourself today, what am I ready to make room for? And what can I release? So there's actually space for the new, for it. I can appreciate for being part of my life. You don't have to carry. You are allowed to release what no longer fits. You are allowed to create space. You are allowed to leave some things behind. And I trust that making room can be part of moving forward. Okay? Make room for you. Make room for the new. Get rid of the past. This is 365 Days with Joan, enjoying the life I chose to live. See you in the next one.